Okay, so also realized after I watched that video, at the end, I didn't really give a how. I didn't really give a, this is how you connect more with your soul, do that kind of stuff, and kind of tips and tricks on how to best identify your ego and how to do that. So I just wanted to offer that at the end of this, and honestly, like, I recorded the video and I was so nervous and all that stuff, so I just completely forgot about all this stuff. But you know, I'm only human. I'm new at this, so here we go.
You're not a human, you're a woman.
That's a human. So, okay, how? So first I want to talk on, I'll do connecting with the light first, because I feel like that is more needed and more important. Okay, so how I've gotten in touch with my light, how I've gotten in touch with my intuition is very, very simple, but also hard. It's a practice. It's a muscle that it's like you got to go to the spiritual gym. You got to go to the daily check-in gym and just keep doing it. And eventually it'll grow and progress, and you'll be able to experience things on a deeper level. So what I do, my mentor taught me this, and it's been life-changing, is so at some point throughout the day, I usually do it when I first wake up and before I go to bed, because I'm in bed and I don't have to worry about anything else. I have done it with my son around, so it's almost like I want to practice that muscle of having distractions around and still being able to connect with this and have this be louder than the outside noise, if that makes any sense. So what I do is I put my hands on my heart, and I take 3 big, deep belly breaths, like, and I sigh out. I do 3 of those.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to my people on YouTube. And so I do that.
Instagram.
YouTube. Anyway, so big, deep breaths to where you're filling up your belly and you sigh it out. It's like you're relieving that tension. You're relieving that I don't know what it is, but you're just relieving it. So you do 3 of those. And then once you do that, you set an intention. So what I do is, like, I set an intention, like, I'm here. My intention is to connect deeper with my heart and connect deeper with my soul. Please bring forth whatever information I need to know. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I do an elevator drop with my eyes. So my eyes are starting, like, here in my mind, and I just kind of elevator them down into my heart space. And I just breathe into my heart space, and I allow whatever comes up, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a thought, whether it's an image, whether it's a memory, whatever comes up, I allow it to come through. And the most important thing is to do it without expectation. And also, it could be energy. You could just be tapping into a sort of energy, but whatever it is for you in that moment. And if you get nothing the first few times that you do it, that's also okay, because you're setting the intention to make a connection, and that's what's most important. That's what's most important over anything. And eventually you build that muscle, and you start getting messages, you start getting information. Hey, can you sit on the bed, please? Can you sit on the bed, please? Thank you.
I'm trying to.
Okay, thank you. So yes, you're making a connection. And the more you do it, the deeper it gets, the deeper the connection gets, I promise you. It's important to go in without expectation. And always enter the space with intention, gratitude, and no expectation. Just simply further the connection of connecting with you and your intuition and your higher self and source, and just access to the information that is always with you and for you. You just have to ask and you shall receive, and put in the work and actually do it, you know? So that's the biggest way that I've done it and have connected to it. And I also journal it out. I journal it out, or I have my phone right next to me and I have it like a note page open and I do that, but I just make sure that I document it in some way, because I've learned that the first message I get won't make sense right away, and it'll make sense like that night, or something will happen and I'm like, oh my God, this was the message I got, kind of thing. So that is the way that I connect with my light and my soul on the inside, and I hope to find out more ways, and so I will happily share that with you along the way.
Yes.
Okay, I need you to sit down on the bed, please. I'm almost done, baby. So the how on seeing and witnessing your ego. This is a little bit harder if you are so wrapped up in your ego. But over time, it will get easier. And tapping into your light, tapping into your truth, also makes it easier to witness your ego, because there's a different energy vibe there. There's a different energy to your ego, and it's a different voice. It's just different. So that's why I wanted to talk about the light first. And so when you are in your mind, you're in your ego. When you're in your body, you're in your light, you're in your soul, you're in your oracle, you're in your magic. When you're in your mind, you're in your humanness, you're in your ego. So the ways that I have done it is I've paid attention to what triggers me, how those triggers make me feel, what I tell myself while I'm being triggered, and what emotion is attached with that emotion. I'm sorry. What emotion is attached to that narrative. There we go. Oh, that was funny. Okay. What narrative is attached to the trigger, to the emotion, to, there's something else. Ooh, habits and patterns. So that is, I say that one last because that one is more of like a bigger picture. And you can start with any one of these, but the easiest one for me was triggers, where it's like, ooh, you just said something and I feel weird. Like, I feel weird, I feel attacked, I feel like I want to punch you in the face. And it's like, okay, this is,
Say that.
I won't say that, but that's how that, like, reaction feels. Not saying that's okay, right, Kobe? It's not okay to punch people in the face. Correct. So, yes, when you get triggered, that is a perfect, beautiful opportunity for you to do the deep work. And yes, it's going to take a second for you to be like, oh, this is what I recognize. This is what this is. And you might react to it at first, and that's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? Hindsight's always 20/20, and that's how I learned. I didn't learn right in the moment. I always learned after I reacted, after I did the awful thing of blowing up on somebody because I got triggered. It made it their problem and not my problem, you know? So, that's how I didn't put my phone on airplane mode again. Oh, I need to remember. But I just get so excited and I want to record. But so, yes, so hindsight's 20/20. If that's the way that you got to learn, that's the way you got to learn, and that's okay. And that's where self-forgiveness comes in, where you're just like, okay, I forgive myself for reacting in that way. I'm learning, I'm processing, and I'm able to hold accountability for myself and take responsibility for my actions. So, yes, those are some of the ways that I have done it and still continue to do it. It's getting more easier, and it's more of like I said in the previous video, where it's like, it's more of a dance, where it's like, okay, I see my ego coming in, I see it, and then I connect with my light, and I understand that that's a different, like, high vibe energy, and the ego is a low vibe energy, and it just kind of brings you back down. And, like, yes. And I also want to mention here that the ego keeps you humble. Ego keeps you humble in little aspects. Because there are times where, actually, you know what? I don't really know, because I was going to give an example of when I'm like high vibe and I'm like, yes, I'm like, my ego and my vibe are up here. And I'm like, yes, I could do anything. And I do something and I get like a like a real dose of reality where it's like, oh, I still have learning to do. I still have like muscles to build on this ability. And it's just, it's interesting. So it's like, it's not all bad. It's all good. It's all good to keep you, you know, all in your ego. Because it's like your ego can also blow up where you get a big head. We've all heard that term. So it's like, again, it's a dance to keep you balanced, to keep you...
like dancing in the rain.
Just like dancing in the rain. Thank you, Kobe. Just like dancing in the rain. Just like dancing in the rain. My son's a little messenger. And that was definitely a message. That was definitely a message. Oh my God, and I can feel it. It's like dancing in the rain.
Yes, dancing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So yes, it's a dance that you do, and it's here to keep you humble, kind, and just full of love. And so hopefully this helps in some sort of way. I'm kind of getting ungrounded and losing my focus, but I just hope that this has helped you in some sort of way. And I just want to invite you to connect with your light and to connect with your ego and just know the difference and just be aware of the differences so you can be more in tune with what's truth and what's not truth within you. And, you know, I encourage you to ask yourself questions, investigate, and, you know, I understand that sometimes it's hard to feel safe and it's hard to, you know, rewrite those stories, but I want to offer you 2 free guides that I created. Well, the first guide is an Everything is Rewritable guide. And that's like once you have your narrative and you're just like, okay, what do I do with it now? How do I rewrite it? This guide will walk you through the 3-step process that I have to rewrite those stories. And it's really cool because then at the end you have this long list of affirmations you can tell yourself over and over again that are truth of the reality of your situation. And the second thing is a safe haven meditation. I called it a visualization meditation because that sounded really fun rolling off the tongue, but I think it's just a meditation. But it's just a meditation to walk you through bringing back that piece of safety that you felt as a kid and bring that to your reality now and to create that safe space for you. And that's how I created my sensory baths that I have. They're more often now, but it's just a bath I have to help like reconnect, recharge, and just release. It's like my triple R. It's an RRR. Recharge, reconnect, and release. And just I feel so connected to the water, and that's what kind of brought that to life. So this meditation will bring you through these processes, or that process to find that safe haven for you, to feel safe enough to do the deep work within you. Because it feels unsafe at first. I get it. I felt that. I know it. Nice. And so, yes, these are my gifts to you also along with this video, and I'm just so excited that you're here. Thank you so much. And, you know, if you want to share this with your people, that's highly recommended, highly appreciated and encouraged. And, you know, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I post a new video. I don't know how often I'm going to do this. This is so new and it just feels so good. So I'm gonna roll with it. So yes, this is the first video and kind of all over the place, but that's just me right now in this space. So yes, I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings. And yeah, and if you want to reach out and have any questions, or you want to have a conversation, my email, my inbox is open. It's connect@victoriamcginnis.me, and that will also be in the notes, the little comments description thing. I don't know how YouTube works yet, so just used to a podcast. So yes, thank you so much. I just hope you feel this love coming from my heart to you right now. I'll catch you guys next time.